What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started with today's video, first and foremost, I want to apologize about my sickness. I know I can't help it, you just get sick sometimes, but you guys are ultimately the ones that have to deal with my sick sounding self. Thankfully, we're coming up over the hump. It's been a rough past, technically all of 2026, but we're here. We're ready to get back to work on this Flip Z. Basically, this is going to be part 2 to our series of flipping this Z. I bought this Z, I don't know, I'm not going to disclose prices yet. Maybe after the series is done, I'll go through and disclose all that stuff. But for right now, basically we bought this Z sight unseen. I've got a friend up Michigan area. He's driven this Z for a while. He actually seen one of my buddies parked right beside him at Cletus and Cars down in Indianapolis. Within a couple weeks of him coming to buy some parts, from when his sister actually backed into it and sideswiped it. That's why it's got this new fender and this door. There's a little bit of damage back here, which is kind of one of the, rough factors to this whole thing, or at least one thing that's going to hurt the return investment when we go to sell this. So basically, previous owner said it died at a stop sign. That's all he knew. He was just driving it and it stopped. So previously, we actually did a compression test on the engine. Very bad results. And B, we got it running. And let's just say it had some knock-knock jokes. Too many, actually. So you can see down here, the knock-knock engine is leaking everywhere. And we actually went up by Chicago, picked this engine up, supposedly burned a little bit of oil, but was a good engine. So what we're going to do today in this video, we're going to get everything pulled off of this. Since we're doing the valve cover gaskets, and I have to, clean all this up on the top of this cam cap, I'm actually going to pull all the timing stuff out. I know it's got a new belt, I know it's got a new tensioner, I know it's got a new water pump, but I'm unsure cam seals, if they've been replaced, or if the crank seal and the crank sprocket's been replaced. I see they had the good intentions here replacing this coolant temp sensor, but please only buy the OEM Nissan one. It's like 25 bucks. The $10 you're saving buying one off Rock Auto, not worth it for something so crucial. What we're going to do, we got a little bit of space over here, so we can actually come over here to the power. So I'm going to grab my air compressor. We're going to wheel it over, pump it up with some air, over 50 pounds, and we're going to get our compression, not our compression, we're going to get our leak down tester. We're going to check all 6 cylinders. I'm actually just going to show you guys one. I'm going to do 5 on my own time so I can kind of bust it out and get it over with. I did forget to mention, we did just finish this Z off completely. So here are its old tension rods. You can tell by that leaky fluid that they're both blown. So we just installed Power Tricks adjustable last night. So this Z is officially done. And also outside, Carl's Z just got picked up. So the 2 cars that we're stuck in the shop working on, basically limiting ourselves from space, are done. So now we get to move forward. I've chatted long enough. Holy crap, this intro clip is 3 minutes long. Let's get to work. Air compressor, go. We went ahead and did all 6 on this, checked them all over so we can make a little short. And cylinder 1 through 6 is 6, 8, 4, 5, 8, and 5. So that really does check out to be very good. So that means we have to tear all of this down, pretty much bare bones. I'm gonna leave the exhaust manifolds because I don't want to have to replace them gaskets. I'm sure they're pretty new. Exhaust manifolds, not exhaust manifolds. Engine mounts are good. I'm thinking we may be able to get away just pulling the oil tree, oil pan. We're gonna reseal these. We gotta pull all the timing stuff off. Change our cam seals, at least check them out, see if they've been changed like I've spoken of previously. But basically I just need to clean this up and it's gonna be a nightmare unless I can pull these covers off. So that's a lot of work. It's very cold out here. Let's start getting to work and let's not show you all the boring stuff. I did forget, we are going to delete this bracket too since there is 0 AC stuff in the system. So let's give a before and after. Got it all stripped down, at least where we want it, minus the oil pan. I'm debating on pulling the water pump or these off because they are freshly resealed. May be worth it just because we really want to get all this blue coolant out since we're putting green in, so we don't have to worry about the 2 mixing and causing issues. Looking at everything, I'm almost betting these heads have been rebuilt at some point. They look good. So I actually went ahead and threw these spark plugs back in just so we can keep it all kind of sealed up in the actual combustion chambers. I didn't realize, technically I did, but with me being sick, it's actually been I think 2 days since I recorded that last clip. Haven't been out here. This stuff's been kicking my butt, and I think I'm finally coming over the hump. I can actually breathe today, especially out of both nostrils. I still sound a little sick. I just have felt super fatigued and had like kind of a fever and a headache, so I just have not been messing around. So what we're gonna do instead today, obviously we're not gonna get all this done because this video is coming out today, the 9th, so we gotta do something. We're gonna move on from this. We're actually gonna get this all ready for the next video, so you guys don't have to watch me do all that for like the 1000th time. I don't even want to do it, let's be real. But here, inside the Z, we're actually gonna do a little bit of work. And that's because, you can see, this is extremely out of alignment. So basically he put it on, but I don't think he lifted it up. Gotta take the fender off to get to the hinges down here. And to remove the fender, you're gonna have to remove the bumper, or at least enough that you can get access to the bolt right here. That is actually not present. And we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 2 down low. You got all your fender liner here. You got this one up here. You actually can't see unless you open the door. Yeah, it's not in place. So thankfully there's not a whole lot for us to remove here. And yes, one thing about this car, I was keeping the wheels. So I think we're gonna look for a spare set of wheels that we can throw on this thing for now to kind of send it away. Especially, I don't even want to include these wheels because every tire is busted, has wires showing, and 2 of them don't even hold air. I know they're gonna look good on one of my cars, and this is kind of the upside of, you know, me doing this. I get to take what I want and keep what I want for my cars and send it along. Let's get the stuff we need. Let's start pulling this fender off. We need to get this door aligned. Except I'm not 100% sure if this door is gonna stay on this car. It's AH3 door jams. I need an AH3 2-seater door to put on my slick top because mine is painted black on the inside and I hate it. So I need to get it resprayed. So I need the inside to match. That sucks. We're gonna show you guys how to adjust and set the door, even though we're gonna take the door off anyways. Did you guys know when your pinch welds are all jacked up, you can just send a wood screw in it instead? Don't actually do this. That should. Apparently it was a screw. First of everything. When it comes to adjusting our door, we're basically just going to loosen up these 6 12mm bolts here to the actual hinges. While opening the door slightly, we're going to lift up on the door with the jack and make sure to put a couple rags in between your jack so that way it does not destroy your paint. It's pretty snug. Once we've lifted up and it's tight enough, this is when we can actually loosen these up. You only want to spin them out about a turn or 2. You don't want to loosen them too much. Watch out on that one so you don't damage your door. Once those are loose, now we can lift up on the door. Now it's much closer. I like to take it a little too high because your door hinges are going to have a little bit of play in them because they're over 30 years old. So you want to account for that and set it a little bit higher so when it sags, it's right in place. We snugged all the hinge bolts back up. We're going to lower the jack down. And while it's still not close, it's way closer than it was. There's a chance we may need to reset this door. I was really wanting to show you guys how to fix it first, so maybe we'll try to do that. But I really just want to go get another door, I'm not gonna lie. So I noticed that the front of the door was not getting high enough to actually change the position between the A-pillar and this piece of the mirror. Seeing there was too much seam sealer, since this isn't the door to this chassis, so usually when you take it off, they don't come off evenly. And if you do that between 2 chassis, it's not gonna come off identically. So then they just kind of all get overlapped and it spaces the door out, causes it to be off. So we pulled it off, seeing there was a little crust, surface rust, so we just wire brushed it down, coated it up. We're gonna wait for that to dry before we shut it back up and then go again. We're almost there. But if this doesn't work out, I'm not stressing it because this door is obviously not staying with this. So we've got another one we can figure out for the time being, especially since it's all been wrapped. And I don't know, who knows, maybe I have a red door. This door alignment is not working out at all. So we're just gonna go ahead, let's pull it off. Now let's just kind of, you know, do what I was wanting to do to begin with. You should only have to disconnect it from the chassis so you keep all this intact. So basically, we'll just pull this off. And if you get a light, you'll be able to see up in here, there's two really big connectors. Those will go to your door. Wow, my fingers are gonna be hurting after that one. We got the two connectors disconnected. So now, since we actually already have this little stopper here disconnected because it was never actually connected, we'll just push the door, we'll latch it into place, and we can pull all of our bolts. Now that we got those disconnected, pull this through. Ooh. So there is a little bit of a smoosh here. I wonder if that's what's kind of the holdup down here. I guess I'm gonna have to look at these a little bit better to kind of, you know, see what's going on. Man, that's not looking good. Man, I'm hoping this isn't gonna be a parts car. The door is now fully disconnected. I honestly have no idea where I'm even gonna take it, but it's pretty easy. You just pull on the handle. I usually grab this, at least to the point where you can tilt the door outwards and lift it away. Dang, I'm really hoping I didn't get screwed on this car. I'm really upset right now. You have no idea. I knew it got hit, but I didn't know it was that bad. In the pictures, it didn't look like it would have did all that. I'm telling you, my addiction to buying Z's screws me over more often than not. Now I gotta start writing up a list, seeing if I can make my money back out of this on parts, or if I'm totally screwed. Sorry about the dogs, man. They just never stop. Dang it. Such a bummer. So now that the door's off and we get a better look, basically we're just looking to see how linear this is, and if it's too screwed, oh man. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I never even realized how much this was crunched in, because this spot's supposed to be boxed out, and you can definitely tell by this. I know it's just surface rust, but I'd almost guarantee there's something more serious going beneath. I seen this was folded up. I thought that was literally it. Pretty sure this is supposed to be flat, but it's all concaved inwards, as you can tell on that part that's supposed to be boxed out for structure. Dang. And it's super reinforced back here. There's a bunch of different panels. I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to, yeah, definitely not right up here. Maybe back here. I know it's a stupid thing to part a car out over. I don't know. I guess you guys are gonna have to let me know down in the comments, because look at it this way. You spend $2,800 on a car and you think it's working because it worked previously, right? But when I get it fired up, engine's totally toast. Everything about it. The whole bottom end's trashed. Maybe I can use the block. Crank's done. The oil pump is trash. It'll at least need open and gone through. So I'm over here just like, where's it end? We may come out even on parts for this and then getting this engine together and going. I can use this on something else, whatever. We can not worry about this at all. I'm super happy I have this because I have other shelves that can go in. For $2,800 and a bad drivetrain, yes, I get manual, but it's like, there's not much meat on the bone here. A lot of these parts are kind of, like the hatch's got a couple dings. It's got a nice third brake light. It's got cool wheels. I wanted to keep them and just kind of write them off as just a bonus, but now I have to actually probably sell them, or I have to value them at least, because now it's coming out of my pocket since this car is kind of totaled. Again, yes, it could probably be fixed. Right now my body guy doesn't have a rack machine at a shop he can use because of some side work stuff that happened that was total bull crap. Now the company won't let him do stuff on the side. So that's why I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's decent from this passenger side. It's got brakes, whatever. Apparent non-leaking rack. It's just the bay looks decent. It's not super rusty. The underside's pretty rusty. Both the frame rails have some rust and different spots on the pinch weld as well as back under the subframe. So it's not super nice. It's a Michigan car, but still, it's like, this was not, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to do some brainstorming, see if there's any way that maybe we can knock this out. I'm gonna have to go look at a shell, or at least at my mom's, and see how accessible that is. I might have to do that tonight, just so I know what to do with this car, basically. I've got too much stuff going on around here, and if I have to write this project off right now while I still can, I absolutely will, so I can just move on to the next and kill this series, because this was I'm supposed to be making money here. Starting to not look like that. Fortunately, we got 2 good headlights. Housings are in good shape. 2 fog lights, I really need them. I don't know. Again, you guys let me know down below. I'm about to run inside, edit this video, and you guys just let me know, because I'm just at a loss right now. I really, really wanted to use this to recoup some funds. So, I don't know. Back to the drawing board again, I guess. I know you guys say I apologize too much, but sorry. I wanted to have a cool series for you guys, but it's not coming to fruition. And I do apologize for missing a day on an upload. I know I'm being sick, but for me, I'm holding myself to this, so that's why I have to apologize, because it's a big deal to me. I have to stay consistent if I ever want this channel to go anywhere. And if I don't stay consistent, you just backslide and whatever. We get to the point where we were at the end of last year. So we're not going to let that happen this year. We're going to post consistent all year long. So we're going to keep chugging through and rolling through this winter, which really sucks because it's super cold, but let's get some stuff done. Let me know down below what you guys think we should do with this project, but good thing I didn't pay registration fees yet. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe down below. Hope you guys stay tuned for the next video, and helps you guys not miss any content. Womp womp. Still so bummed. Whatever. Thank you guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.